The greatest power you possess is your ability to choose. Join Lowe's Moore as he reveals how you can begin to maximize that power by exploring yourself on the deepest levels and committing to making lasting and positive changes. Get ready to achieve breakthroughs that will lead to accelerated growth and transformation, because you are now tuned in to the Blueprint.
Why the actions contradict the lamb. I'm fellowshipping when I'm with the fam. That's more relations. That's forming a form.
Wow, this is Lowe's Moore, and welcome back to the Blueprint podcast. Man, I don't know if you were watching that intro, but man, can you believe it's been 52 weeks, 52 shows? I mean, of the Blueprint. I remember when I first started, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that because this is the anniversary show of the Blueprint podcast. And we're just going to, man, can't wait to get started to talk about like this amazing year on the Blueprint, from the comments that I received from you guys, the support that I've received from you guys out there each and every week, man, has just been so awesome, man. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you for your support. I want to say thank you to all my guests for taking time out their busy schedule and coming to spend an hour and a half and sharing time with me and being transparent and sharing their stories. They've just been so amazing. And, you know, one of the reasons why of course, I started the podcast. There were some other things after retirement from the Boys and Girls Club that I wanted to do. I wanted to get out and share my experience and speak to individuals. And I created a vision plan, right? That's why it's the Blueprint up there. I created a vision plan. I created a vision about what I wanted to do when I retired from the Boys and Girls Club in Mount Vernon. I would like to share my own experiences, and I would like to really get out and promote my book, From the Boys and Girls Club to the NBA, Life on the Now Road. Man, I was just excited to do some things, but yet I had this long list of things that I would like to do in the next chapters of my life. And all of a sudden, the pandemic hit. And as I started to look at my vision board, my vision plan, all I could see that I could do at the very bottom of it was a podcast. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. And here we are, 52. And the other thing is, during the pandemic, I wanted to be encouraged, and I wanted to encourage others, right? And so I wanted to get on, and I wanted to invite people on, and so that they can share their experience, share their stories, talk about the importance of family. And man, can you believe it? It's been 52 weeks. It's been a year already. And I've never been more excited. So I want to really jump right into it. I want to say once again, thank you very much to everyone that I just seen post at the bottom there. Thank you for your well wishes. Thank you for your support all year long. And, pray for me as we move forward, that we will continue to be a blessing. Here's my my basketball over here. Yep, my basketball. This is my pebble, right? I see my man Jeff. There's Terry Red up there. What's up, Terry? Man, and I'm gonna drop this. This is my pebble in the pond, right? Because Denzel said my life was like a pebble in a pond, and you never know what the ripple effect is going to be. And I don't know what the ripple effect of each one of these shows for the last 52 weeks we've yet to see. So I've heard from some people of the impact that the Blueprint has had, and maybe in the future we'll continue to hear more and more. I heard somebody on your show that changed my life, that encouraged me, caused me to get out a sheet of paper or get out a notebook and start to write down my vision, my dreams, right in the midst of the pandemic. And right where you are right now, you can create your own blueprint. So I'm just excited. I like to say that, man, in 2021, as we move forward, in 2021. Big things are going to happen, man. Say that to yourself. Big things are going to happen. We're going to have a great time, man, in 2021. Hopefully you had it already. I mean, I got both of my shots. You know, most everybody in my family got their shots. I mean, everything is kind of easing up a little bit. I don't want to take too many chances. But, you know, I like to keep my mask on and continue to manage my social distancing. And I just want to really enjoy life. If I can say one thing as I move forward, enjoy your life. When you wake up every morning, say, I'm going to enjoy this day. And as I move forward, I'm going to enjoy moving forward, man. I'm really excited, man. And so I want to get going, and I want to get going, and I had 2 guests, and I have some people who are hopefully going to pop on. So it's going to be an exciting show. So let's get started. I want to start out with the book of the week. And it's a book. Inside this is a book. If you know anything about Bob Proctor, right? Thinking into Results, or you can get a book from Bob Proctor for free, download it to your phone. I Was Born Rich, but this is a audio training that has a book in it, right? But this is my book of the week, Thinking into Results. You got to think your way to results, right? Thinking is so important and so powerful. So look that up online and see if you can get that training right there, because as you move forward, whoever controls your thinking controls you, right? And so we must know how to think in the midst of a pandemic, man. If we thought wrong or thought out of control, man, our life would be totally out of control. And shows and books like this, like the BluePrint, help to keep you focused, help you keep you encouraged, help to motivate you in the midst of any trial or tribulation or test. So that's the book of the week, right? And now we have the word of the week. I'm going to show two slides here. It says, how do we think into a result? And the key word is result. The bottom line is, I always want to get results, right? No matter what, I want good results. They're always going to be results, but we want positive results. We want good results. We want blessings, right? And so that's the word of the week. The word of the week is results. And you see this saying here, the same old thinking, the same old results. So change the way you think, right? And you'll get better results. So that's the word of the week. And then I have an affirmation, a quote of the week. And it says here, you have been given creative abilities. Let your thinking control your reality. Leave that there for a second, because I want to make it personal. So when you get up in the morning, I let my thinking control my reality. See that? Here it goes. I have been given creative ability. That makes it personal. I have been given creative ability. I have been given personal creative ability. And then say it to yourself, I will let my thinking control my reality, right? Because what I think is what I get. And those are the affirmation for the week. And got a couple of shout outs. And the first shout out, I want to give a shout out to the New York Photography and Videograph Group called the NYPVG, right? I want to say thank you for hosting the show each and every week for at least, almost 40 shows. You guys have been right by my side. I want to say thank you to Charlie. Thank you to Peter. Thank you to Carmine, right? And I think the other one is thank you to Anthony. I think it's Anthony. And I want to say thank you guys, man. You have been awesome, man, over these last 40 or more weeks. And I look forward to the future. And then I got one more. I got another shout out I want to shout out to my lovely wife, Patrice Wallace Moore. And, during my retirement and during the start of this, and one of my guests was talking to us about a podcast, because I thought a podcast was, I'm just going to get on the Facebook or Instagram and it's going to be two people and I'm just going to get up there. And one of my guests said to me, tonight's guest said to me, no, you're not going to do that. You need a camera, you need mics, you need lights, and I was like, what? And my wife was like, yes. And every time I turned around, if he said something, she would write it down. And the next thing you know, right, it would come in the mail. It's like Amazon became my best friend, and stuff was coming in. Mics was coming in, lights was coming in. So I want to salute my wife. She's the executive producer of the show. And, you see these lovely, and when you see the intros, every week she puts the intros and outros together for me. And I want to say thank you. She does an awesome job, man. She takes the time out of her busy schedule to do it. She showed me some things. So like when you see flyers and different things like that, she showed me some things so I tried to help her out and I tried to do the flyers. And so we have been a great team. I want to say to my wife, thank you, love you, appreciate you. And
love you too.
She's sitting right next. She said, love you too. Love you back. So I want to give a shout out to her. And so now I want to show a couple of, I think we got a couple of videos we're going to show you right now.
Hello, Father. This is your daughter, your number one daughter. And so it is time to celebrate you. And I wanted to just say congratulations on making it to a full year of broadcasting the podcast of BluePrint. I am excited for what's next. I'm even more proud of the fact that you took this experience from retiring to figure out like what was next for you in your career. And I think you did an awesome job at selecting the participants and the guest speakers. And I look forward to what BluePrint is going to present next. I'm only expecting bigger and better. And I mean, you did all of this while being a pop to Dakota. So, I commend you for taking him on a few days throughout the week and still being able to be productive and put together an effective show and using your time wisely. So continue to thrive, continue to trust God, and allow him to lead you for what's next. Congratulations on 1 year, and I love you. Mish.
Congrats, Dad.
Congrats.
Happy 1 year anniversary of the BluePrint podcast. We're looking forward to another year of great success and a lot of knowledge that you guys are giving. And yeah, congrats. We're happy for you.
We're happy we're your favorite pop-in guest too.
Love you. Bye.
Congrats.
Hey Dad, it's Lozy. I just want to say congratulations on 1 year of the BluePrint podcast. This is such an amazing achievement and I'm super proud of you. The podcast has been going amazing and I can't wait to see how you continue to elevate yourself because, that's what you do. And I'm super proud and inspired by you every day. And I just want to continue to say, keep going for it and never, as the great Diana Taurasi said, you are never too old to dream. And so you're my role model, my inspiration, super proud. Love you.
Happy 1 year anniversary on your podcast, Dad. Love you.
Hey, Lowe's, man. Just wanted to congratulate you on your 1 year anniversary of the podcast, Blueprint, and continue to influence and inspire. We love you.
Wow. So yeah, those are my kids. Woo. Uh, um, all right, let's move on. Let me shake myself here and get going. Let me introduce my guest for this evening. I want to bring on Mr. Rich Douglas and Mr. Steve Vaccaro. It is Rich. And there's Steve.
Hey.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Lowe's.
That's right. 1 year. Who would have thought it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope I have you guys to thank for that. So I want to say thank you. And I was speaking earlier, about the person who said to me, I think about a couple of years before I even did my vision plan. I think it was at a marriage conference, and Rich came over to me and he said, "Hey, I think you should do it." He's talking to me and my wife. You guys should do a blog. You guys should do a podcast. I'm like, I'm thinking like, what is a podcast? But yet, a couple of years later, I'm writing my vision plan, and all of a sudden, thank you. That's Kathleen Gleason saying happy anniversary, and all of a sudden, everybody's saying happy anniversary. But thank you, everyone. And then so when I was thinking about like, man, what am I going to do during this pandemic? I remember Rich saying you ought to do a podcast, like that. And so I found, asked my daughter to get Rich's number. I found Rich, and we started talking about it. I had been watching like Alan Houston. Alan Houston was doing a podcast, and he was doing a podcast, and all of a sudden I seen him with two guests, and I was telling him that's what I had in my mind, that I was going to do a podcast. Just pop on Facebook, pop on Instagram, and then when I started talking to Rich was like, "No, man, you can't do that. You got to do this thing right, man. You need lights, like cameras, microphones." We start saying things and writing stuff down. I'm writing stuff down. My wife is writing stuff down, and next thing you know, around this time, June 7th, I think it was, we started the first podcast. We started doing it live on Facebook, and we were tweaking. Rich knew what he was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. We were in the midst of the podcast, so we had our mask on down here in the man cave, and he was sitting right next to me each week as we did each show, and we were trying to figure it all out. I want to say thank you, Rich, because you created the logo, right? And you created the guy who's talking. You've got the guy who's talking on there. He says all those things in the intro and outro. We wrote down. I had to end up writing down a plan. You asked me to write down a plan. What would the show be about? How many segments will you do? And I was like, I might as well come out of retirement, after we start doing this. But I want to say thank you, Rich. First of all, talk to you specifically right now. I want to say thank you, and you for your encouragement, for your support. I think I still have your camera here. I think I still got your light here.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, and I want to say thank you, man. And you made it happen, man. You were make sure you pushed me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And you made me believe.
Thank you. Thank you.
right? And with all that IT work, and Rich man is an amazing IT person, and you know he can talk a little bit about some of the things he's doing with the voice box radio, and then one of his projects. Talk a little bit about that, Rich. Talk about the voice box. Talk about what you do. Talk about the voice box, and also, man, we want you to talk about that tech bus. Yeah.
Well, the voice box, what I'm doing is I do like the podcast for everybody and stuff like that, and it's on Apple and Google, and you go on, you can listen to music and things like that. But my main focus right now is on the tech bus. I bought a coach bus, converted it to a mobile technology lab, and
Wow.
go around. Yeah, I create a curriculum for the schools, and then I teach students. But because of the pandemic, now we're forced to go online. First, it was 21 students, but now I could only hold maybe 10. So I'm creating an online school so we could do all the curriculums online for the students. It's free, and when the students graduate, if they're in high school or even the elders, veterans, when they graduate, they're entitled to make a $60,000 job. Make them trying to bridge the digital divide between the low income community and the high income or middle class. So, that's what I'm doing right now. It's called Mobile Tech Innovation. So, and everything is free. It's a nonprofit, and everything is free. And, I'm just trying to do my part to help. That's it.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
That's beautiful. That is amazing. That is
Thanks.
wonderful.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got like
Well,
minds. Let me say this. Rich was in the midst of, a transition in terms of work and career and stuff like that, but yet he was still helping me do the podcast. And he came to me and said, "Hey, man, I'm in transition for work. I don't know how much more I could do right now. I got I'm making this transition." And I was like, I started thinking, I started getting a little worried. I said, "Man, I might have to do this by myself. I don't know what I'm doing." And out of nowhere, I get a call. I get a call out of nowhere. Steve calls me.
Wow.
And Steve says, "Hey, Lowe's, I heard you doing a podcast. How can I help?" Right. So from 1 week, Rich was telling me,
won't he do it?
Yeah, God does it. God's a blessing. He's awesome. And so 1 week I was talking to Rich and thinking about what I was going to do and who was going to do it. And Steve giving me a call. And 1 week later, we had transitioned to Steve and to Steve's studio, and along with New York group.
NYPDG.
Yeah, NYPDG. So, and that was, man, that was awesome. So I want, so Steve, and I've known Steve for a while. I mean, and he's been a part of the Chapters Rap. And I met Steve when I was at, who's that handsome guy next to you, Steve?
I guess that's you.
and that's that picture right there. We're actually doing an event for the Boys and Girls Club of Mount Vernon, and Steve had his radio show, the Chapters Rap, and he allowed to come. He was at the event and allowed to produce and share that event on the radio at that time. And he did several events with the Boys and Girls Club, and I had the opportunity to go with Steve when he had his radio show in another part of Long Island. I was on his radio show. And then when I had I think it was my book, when I first came out with my book, Steve called me up and again we did a book, a book signing in Barnes and Noble in Long Island. I mean, so Steve and I have been connected for a minute there, and I'm happy for Steve because from one studio, right? One studio to another studio to now a studio. I'm really happy. And so, Steve, I want to say thank you. And, I'm going in the future, I'm going to have you guys back individually to talk a little bit more about, what you guys really do. But Steve, talk to me a little bit about, our relationship, and then some of the things with the chapter wrap.
First of all, Lowe's, you've been ducking me for about a couple of years now. I want to take you one-on-one now. All right, now you retire. You got the podcast, the pandemic. I got you now. No excuses, all right?
Let's go. Let's go. Charity game. Come on now.
Hey, anytime, anywhere, any place. I'm ready to go. I was shooting on yesterday. Hey, hold on 1 second, Steve. Hey, can we pop in? We're gonna pop in. So we got a friend of mine that was on the show. Want to pop in, man?
Oh yeah.
Something real quick. Where's the man at? Talent. That's a boom, Talent. Where's Talent at, man? He left.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. What's up, man?
Hey, man. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Everybody know, like, these shows and podcasts, it's like a marriage, bro. You made your 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
She didn't leave you.
No, man.
How you feel though?
I feel good, man. I feel real good. And, between the family and, grandchildren, and then, the comments that I received over the year. I was at the gas station and somebody was getting gas. Hey, Lowe's, what's up, man? I saw you at BluePrint. I was like, man, you did? He's like, yeah, man, that was awesome, man. So like, I feel good about that. I feel good when people feel good and they felt like we were able to contribute something that was helpful, particularly during this pandemic and the issues with social justice. I think we needed motivation and we needed encouragement. We needed what Steve is doing. We needed what you were doing.
Right.
I was on your podcast, man, and talking about sports, but it was more than sports. And I listen to you from time to time, man, and I'm encouraged, man, because you're out a voice speaking out there and trying to encourage people, man, to move forward. So
I know the feeling, man. It's amazing because, like, say we've been doing these shows, same as you, for a full year. And I took the time to get super creative and came up with about 8 different shows. And motivation was in top 3 shows. Motivation Monday, we did a social media version. We did a live internet radio version, and we did a video version that, you can go back and see later on. But that motivating thing, when it hit home is when things started to slowly opening up and us comedians and entertainers had to slowly get creative with getting back out. And the funniest thing is, as I got back out in these last few months, I can't go nowhere where nobody don't refer back to these shows.
Right.
They're not talking about the movies no more. They're not saying, oh, the movie. They're not saying, oh, the radio. Hey, man, you kept me going through the pandemic, because people got to realize, I keep telling people, this was dress rehearsal for the end of the world. You know what I mean? A lot of us fail. A lot of us fail. My first joke these days on stage is that. I say, yo, this was like practice for the end of the world, and a lot of y'all fail. They said virus, and you failed.
Right.
You know what I mean? They said COVID-19, and you bought more toilet paper. You failed. You didn't go and say, how do I do better? How do I help my family? You said, quick, take me to DJ and get $2,000 worth of scotch. You know what I mean? So when I go out there now and people bring that up, and I mean, I sit down and I hear people out, 30 and 40 and 50 minutes at a time. I give them real time to see what's on their mind. And people are really grateful that they have these platforms to go to know, I think it's comforting knowing whatever you're going through, you're not alone, And all those people who you may look up to, they're still there going through this with you as well. And this is where the entertainment side has the responsibility of not trying to create a facade, if you will, and still act like, yeah, here's all that and everything's all gravy. No, it's not. This was a reality check for the world. This was a check for us to do better. This was a rebooting, if you will, to see your do's and don'ts and maybe some wrong decisions, maybe some hasty decisions, to say, you know what? Knowing what I know now, if you shut the world down for a full year and take most people's income, most people's businesses, most people's livelihood and housing and education, all those things that was affected during this time, people got a chance to really reflect. And I'm getting that out here. You know, I'm out here in Philly now, just finished the Blue Show. And everywhere I go, I done been to Texas, I done been to Florida, the islands, the Martha's Vineyard, all those places. But it remains the same. The vibe out here is appreciative of this show. So this 1 year, whether it hits home, because a lot of times we celebrate by a calendar. We say, oh, it's been a year. I'm going to celebrate 1 year. But we need to really celebrate 1 year's worth of uplifting.
Right.
And redirecting and putting people back on a good path and a track of positive decision making going forward. I applaud you, my brother.
So yeah, man. Thank you, Talent. Appreciate you, man, and thanks for popping on, man.
Yeah, talent. God bless your efforts, man, because the pandemic, it's a matter of being proactive or reactive. We can react to everything around us and kind of say, whoa, me, whoa. But if you're proactive, it's like people like yourself and Lowe's and Rich, that you have to reinvent yourself, but adapt to it for the betterment of others. And I think that was our time to shine back last March. You know, what are we going to do at that time? Are you going to get the toilet paper, or are you going to look out for your family, but also help others along the way? And I know Lowe's went through retiring and what he's going to do. And he picked up the pieces and did what he does. And it's a blessing. It's either you begin the week with the BluePrint or you end the week with the BluePrint. It's however you look at it, you're at the BluePrint and it sets you up for that upcoming week. But I love what you're doing, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this was the ultimate case. We always hear these cliche sayings, right? The glass is half empty or half full.
Right.
I think this was the classic example of that. How are you going to look at this?
Right.
I always say this. How you come out the other end is everything, man. You could look at this like half empty, and those be the people that are having these heavy depression moments, needing help to dig out of those craters. And then you got the half full, you know, which is kind of like me said, you know what? I can't go anywhere, but how do I bring people with me virtually? And I'm sitting in my office thinking that, and I'm looking in the mirror behind me, and I got a ton of merchandise that when I made and ordered it, intention was, as I'm out city by city, I have something for people to buy as a souvenir. But when the pandemic hit, I'm like, the post office is still open. It's essential. So my new job for the first 6-7 months became the guy that woke up, walked the dog, got some coffee, and went to the post office.
Man, you know what you could do? Ship it all to Amazon, and then let Amazon do everything, brother. Let Amazon do everything. Yes, sir.
That's true.
Where's your show at, man? I'd love to support you in Philly, man. Where are you at?
Definitely.
Well, Philly, I'm done. I'm about to get out of here, head back to Mount Vernon, and be with my dogs for about 3 days.
Okay.
Then I go back out Thursday. Where am I? I got to go to North Carolina, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay.
I got to do that, and then I go upstate to Syracuse and Rochester, and then the rest of the month is all over the place, from Florida, Tampa, Orlando. But are you in Philly?
Yeah, I'm right here in South Jersey, right next to Philly. Yeah, I work in the neighborhood.
Oh man, I wish I knew that. I had 3 shows in North Plainfield this weekend too.
Man.
Yeah, man.
I missed it, brother.
I'll be there next month. It's a place called Aruga's Sports Bar and Grill in North Plainfield.
Okay.
And they split the sports bar up and made half of it a comedy club. It's really nice. So I'll keep in touch through Lowe's. and let you know and be my guest. Come on out, man, and let's chop it up and have fun.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
And if you're ever on Long Island, I gotta look you up when you come to Long Island.
I'll be out there next month. We'll work on
Okay,
that.
all right. I'll go through Lowe's, man.
All right,
Much
T.
love.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations, guys. I love you guys. Be
God
safe.
bless, man.
Keep inspiring, Los. You are the blueprint, my brother.
That's
Thank you,
right.
man. Appreciate that.
Thank
Awesome.
you, brother.
Hey, yeah, Lowe's, you know what?
Awesome.
You know what's even more
That was awesome.
special? More special about 1 year of shows? It's the 1 year you're doing the shows. This changed the life for everybody. It changed the world, and you decided to change gears and switch gears after the Boys and Girls Club, and you could help people in your office. You can help people sitting down one-on-one or even a small group. But if you put a microphone in front of you or a camera or a microphone and camera, you have the potential of creating a blueprint for so many. And I've been blessed to have you part of the network that we've created, because your show has really connected with so many people across the board, and it's inspiring. I feel like I'm sitting outside now, but I feel like I'm sitting in your living room talking. It's a one-on-one conversation. It's very humbling. It's very inspiring. And to see the level of people from all walks of life come together to support inspiring others, it doesn't get better than that.
Wow. Well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. And yeah, you guys are on here with me tonight, and we're gonna have people popping on and things like that. And I want to show. I think we got a couple of more videos. I think we have a few more videos and stuff like that. So I want to see if we can pop a few more in there while you guys watch.
Lowe's Moore Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Done it. I'm not talking about being a role model in the community. I'm not talking about making it to the NBA. I'm not talking about raising a beautiful family. I'm not talking about teaching and passing on your knowledge to majority of the community in Mount Vernon. I'm talking about doing something that's harder than probably what you ever did before, and you did it with so much grace. I'm so proud to call you my father-in-law, my father in love. You fill the gap in so many ways, but to run a successful, which means having a different guest every week on a podcast, is extremely hard and difficult to accomplish, and you have done it. I'm so happy for you. I wish you the best. Continue doing what you're doing. Let's start going more mainstream. However I can help, let me be there to help you. Let's get this podcast rolling. Let's get you more on speaking arrangements, because you have so much knowledge to share. It is a waste if you do not share the blessings that God has given to you. So once again, Dad, I love you. Thank you, and congratulations on the blueprint, making it 1 year. Awesome. Let's keep it.
I want to send this congratulations out to my brother on this 1 year anniversary on the podcast. I've enjoyed you for a whole year, and I know everyone else has. Please continue your success. Your brother Doug. Love you. Peace.
My brother. It's been 1 year. 1 year. It's been a long 1 year. You know, COVID hit us. You know, you brung into the world this blueprint. But it's been 1 year now. I want to wish you a happy anniversary on your 1 year success, and many more, and bring more and more and more. I know, this is crazy, right? 1 year? We've been 1 year. God bless you. Love you.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Aunt?
We want to congratulate you on your first podcast anniversary.
We wish you much continued success in the upcoming years.
Congratulations.
We're proud of you, we love you, and God bless.
Hi, Lowe's. Congratulations on your 1 year anniversary for the Blueprint. It's been very entertaining. We've loved what you're doing. I hope you continue this journey and that you do it intentionally.
Look at all the lives you've touched through each and every interview. It's been amazing, and we're so excited about all the upcoming episodes and what you have in store next.
We can't wait to see what you have to come next. We're so excited and nothing but the best. Love you.
God bless you and be blessed on purpose.
I like that. Yeah. Like somebody tap dancing.
What's that?
I can hear you, Steve.
Oh, I'm leaving. What is that?
I think Steve is
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna come back. But
Yeah, Lowe's, man, I can't believe it, man. When we first started this, man, it I have to go with the Kari that every week that yeah, it's like every week, man, you got a new guest. You did this, man. You made this successful. You have people waking up, listening to your nuggets, your nuggets of encouragement, man, your nuggets of knowledge for all the years and all the people that you've raised, man. You have raised kids to be successful. You have Denzel. You got a bunch of people. Man, you explain to me or to your guest, how do you do that? How did you do that?
Well, I just started thinking about that over the years, right? I'll say this because I had a gentleman on a few weeks ago when we were talking about the how to build a wealth mindset. We was talking about how do you build a wealth mindset or create a wealth mindset.
Mhm.
And he was a networking expert, right? That's what he did. And what I always thought was important, and when I first started playing basketball, my coach, when I was like 10 or 11, he's always talking about, man, these guys you are playing with are going to be some long-term friends, right? And he used to always say, man, never be rude to anybody that you meet, and you never know what somebody will have to say to you that will be a blessing to you. I remember, God rest his soul, Ray Williams used to play with the New York Knicks, and Mr. Jones was talking to us about making this comment. Right, he was making this comment about don't push people to the side, listen to what they have to say. And Ray was having problems with his knees, and there was some bum laying on the street. And Ray Williams was walking. We were walking by along with Ray, and a bum on the street sat up and he looked at Ray. He said, "You're Ray Williams," like that. And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "Man, you've been having some problems with your knees. When I was young, I used to have these problems with my knees. You should get this." And he mentioned a combination of a couple of little things, and Ray did it. He literally did it. Took the little ointments and whatever and put it all together, and it made his knees better. Right. But imagine if he just waved his hand at that bum, and he gave him respect. He listened to him and he got blessed by that. So for me as a little kid, is always important to meet people genuinely. Right. And so anybody that I would bring into the, hire as a staff to the Boys and Girls Club, in some situations don't always work out. Right. Board members, you bring board members onto the club. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they leave, right? But I always looked at it as you're coming into a family, right? Whatever you're on a team that's a part of your family, right? You're in the Boys and Girls Club. All the members somewhere down the line will become alumni and become part of your family, right? And so we're always trying to develop as I started the podcast with, was family, the importance and power of family. Right. And then the importance and power of extended family, like meeting Steve for years. Right. And staying connected, meeting you and staying connected. And so I think that's important. I met people over the years that I didn't just say hello to. I mean, everybody that I met was aspiring to do something. Right. And so you want to be aware of the person that you meet and what they're doing. right? And so, that's a very powerful thing. And so we're gonna pop on somebody right now. Pop on another guest real quick. Alan, what's up, man? You there? Right, he might have to pop back on, but that was Alan Houston. He's gonna pop on. He should pop back on there. But yeah, that's important, man. Is meeting people, making friends, making them part of your family, and continue to move forward. And so I'm built up an extensive list of individuals, and that were not just people I met, but we became powerful friends.
Wow,
So when you call them, they see you as a good person. When you call them, they man, sure, I'll come on because you have a relationship.
wow, that's powerful, man. That's really powerful, and I could see from all your guests how you're good with relationships and networking, and that's what I'd love to get to. Alan's back on.
What's up, Al?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm good, man. I see you driving.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to look at the screen, but I just wanted to pop in and appreciate you having me for a couple of minutes. I'm kind of on the move, as you can see. My wife's birthday's tomorrow, and just trying to get some stuff done. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I got Rich over here, Steve over here, Talent just popped on. I remember when we were doing something at Mount Vernon High School with Fizzle and Talent with host.
That's right. That's right. The ultimate host. The ultimate. See, Talent's probably still waiting on a check.
He's still waiting on a check.
Property, you know it, right? You know it.
Yeah, he probably can hear you. He just left. He just left the show.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. So much support for so many years, man. He supported for so many years. I always appreciate that.
Yeah. Man. And I want to thank you for popping on, man. I was telling everybody else, man, we can't believe it's 52 weeks already. And we have 1 year.
Well, it's amazing, man, because I remember when you called me and told me you wanted to do it, and we were just talking about the impact that the format would be great because of I just heard the last dialogue you had about just how you've been able to share so many stories and your nuggets and just being able to take the time to engage someone with your story and your message and how you've been able to impact people. It's just a great platform, and it's hard to believe. Like you said, it's been a year already.
Yeah. And I was inspired by too. I got encouraged by you too, because when Rich was saying it, I was watching your podcast on Instagram. And I was like, I'm gonna do what Alan's doing, like that. And Rich was like, nah, man, you're not doing that. You gotta get cameras, microphones. It's like I gotta
now I gotta level up now because I'm like, you got the studio, you got, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing is, I never imagined it being this way either. You know what I mean? Just being able, I didn't feel like I would be one to be able to facilitate a conversation. You're a point guard. You're a natural point guard. You're like a combo. I'm just used to just catching the ball and shooting. So, it was an adjustment for me, learning how to do that. Just kind of carrying the conversation. But when you're talking about the things that you're talking about that God has put on your heart, and not just put on your heart, but has poured into you over so many years, it's a natural overflow of information and context and wisdom. So it just spills out in your conversation already. So now you're just turning the lights on.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
And I thank you for popping on. And we want to wish your wife a happy birthday because I know you're going to take care of her.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
man, tell her happy birthday. I'm sorry, brother. Tell her happy birthday, man.
Yeah, she's the ultimate she's like the ultimate like pump fake because she'll be like, I don't need anything, I don't want anything, I'm low maintenance, so that's always like the ultimate setup, right? You know, don't do
Man,
nothing.
what?
So, the Mother's Day was, it's always tricky because Mother's Day is like 2 weeks before her birthday, so I gotta think in advance. I gotta get creative, man.
You gotta keep focused.
Yeah,
Back
man.
to
I
back.
gotta stay on my game. Stay on my game. And the fact that the kids, we have 7 amazing children and she's an incredible mother and wife.
Wow.
So now I just say, man, y'all need to do something nice for your mom.
Yeah, you got some
it's a blessing.
which too.
How are the kids?
Yeah.
How are the kids, Alan?
Awesome, man. My oldest is just graduated from NYU and chemistry.
Wow.
She's God just really blessed her. She just got a new. She's gonna be doing some work at Sloan Kettering, and God is good, man. It's been look. It's hard to believe. You talk about 52 weeks, right? It's hard to believe that we're in the middle of the year already.
Yeah. My wife said that yesterday. Can you believe, man? This year is almost over.
Crazy, man. It just goes to show you how much that everyone has been through, in the last year and a half.
14 months.
Yeah. So, man, just I'm keeping you in prayer, Lo, as always, man. I appreciate your mentorship, your brotherhood, just who you always consistently been, just looking forward to hearing more of what you're gonna be bringing.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And if you ever need somebody to come to the Knicks and make some shots, call me up.
Oh, okay. So Chris is doing you.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
I tell you,
shoot it better than them.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out now if we can make shots, but I think we need to keep a D up. We need you to block some shots, and I don't know about makes. We need you to block some shots this time. So we'll talk about that another time, though.
Yeah, man. All right. But thanks a lot for coming on. Appreciate it.
Okay,
All right, Alan, have a good one, man.
Take care.
Don't forget that birthday, brother. Don't get caught up.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh man. Yeah, man. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
That's great. And you know what, Lowe's, what your show, I mean, it's the theme that's constant throughout each show. I mean, you focus on the word of the day, the book of the day, but it's always about family.
It's always
friends,
about
and faith,
family, man.
and faith.
Yes.
And through, I mean, it's inspirational. I mean, there's a lot of young people that watch the show, the older people, but that ability to unite family and to remind us all that the focus is family and faith and friends. And week after
always
week
family.
during this most challenging time, it's so inspiring. And the glass is always half full when your show comes on, and it's really and it's not only an hour; it's an hour and a half. So you get that extra half hour of understanding what family and friends are all about. Even all the people that are coming on tonight. I mean, family and friends. And I know your wife does such a great job behind the scenes, and it's such a beautiful family that I'm so blessed to be a part of it, and to now get to know Rich and to see where everything has started. It's just beginning. Because I know that you go through, just like a game, preparing for each show. You do a remarkable job for it, and your attention to detail is second to none.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And Steve, think about it. An average podcast only 30 to 45 minutes and drops off.
Yeah.
Those is an hour and a half.
Yes.
And his goes like this. Everybody joins. Hour and a half. They be like, what? We want more.
Yeah. I know. Most shows are half hour to
Half an
an
hour.
hour.
Exactly. And people complain.
I know.
Those is an hour and a half. And people are like, we want more.
Yes. It's just remarkable. But the feeling, you can feel connectedness each and every show, and it's just a beautiful feeling to see it unfold each week.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know, and I know traditionally, because I've talked to both of you guys about this, and I know that a lot of us, the other shows that Steve promotes, right? Hang around the 55-minute mark. That's the mark of being a podcaster, and there's one of the shows up there, Youth Heroes show.
Yeah, those two people. I got to tell you a little story about that. That show originated. The genesis started during the pandemic. I mean, last March, I lost two jobs. And didn't know what was going to do. We were all quarantined, and I already had two shows. But so for 100 straight days, I decided I'm going to help frontliners. I'm a psychologist. I'm going to help frontliners and first responders during the day. I'm going to help coordinate food drives and medical supplies each and every day. So I said to myself, 100 straight days, I'm going to do that with other people. And that's what I did. I was tested over 40 times.
Wow.
There's another show, Dads and Daughters. Mike Dempsey and his daughter, Kelly Dempsey, who's on the spectrum with autism, does a great job. That's on Sundays as well. Kick Unhealthy Relationships to the Curb. Stephanie McPhail is a clinician that does great work with working with people. Teen Talk, that's Ashley Blum. She does a show every Thursday. So one show became 14 shows, but all promoting positivity. And when the pandemic hit, I was out there on the streets, but at night, I was doing podcasts from my home, from my living room, coordinating with everybody from around the world, Australia, England, Africa, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Canada, because we were all going through it. So I got to meet new people as we went along, and new shows developed. So when it lifted, it was a blessing because it kind of morphed into a situation now that every single show is providing support and positivity and a platform to inspire and advocate for others. So, and Lowe's has been I've been inspired by his story all along. I mean, to grow up in Mount Vernon, to be the executive director to the Boys and Girls Club for so many years after his playing career. I didn't even know he had a monument on the wall there.
Yes. What?
Vernon. Look at that. I had to take a picture. That's a couple years back, but there's Lowe's, and he's on like the wall of fame over there. So remarkable. But seeing these stories unfold, all the people he's helped through the years, and I inspired by him, just by his friendship and his beautiful family. I mean, this is a blessing. People ask you, is it a hobby? Is it a job? It's a calling. I think we all have to give back, because especially in this day and age, if we don't teach our young people right now, no one's going to. And with how the country's divided, we gotta bring it to like what you're doing, Rich. That's remarkable. That's unbelievable, because you're bridging that gap. We all have to do that. I mean, we owe that to our families and people around us, our neighbors, and to combat all the divisiveness and the polarization and just bring it together. And Lowe's, you're leading the charge.
Yeah, appreciate that, Steve. And I know we're setting up right now to do a book tour in July.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a little traveling book tour, and we got who's it? Yeah, we got the Lowe's Moore book there, and then we got Pastor Reggie. What is it, Reggie Tuttle?
Yep, Reggie Tuttle.
Reggie Tuttle, and he's got an amazing story too. He's going to be on that tour with us, man. Selling his book, and I'll be doing my book. And
Gary Brown, former NFL football player.
Yeah.
Super Bowl
What's your calendar? Where's your calendar, Lowe's?
We're actually working on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on the calendar.
Yeah, we'll finalize it within the next week or so.
Okay.
But again, Gary Brown, he's another inspiration to young people. He does such great work, and team up with Lowe's and Reverend and a couple other guests along the way. It's an inspiring journey that we're going to go on. It's another chapter in all of our lives.
Awesome. Yeah, and then I want to thank you, Steve, I met Tony Burton back a few years ago when the both of you guys was trying to reunite the Boys and Girls Club there in Long Island.
In Hempstead, we're trying to
Yeah, in
save it.
Hempstead, and you were going to be the director, and she was a board member, and that's how I got Pastor Tuttle. I'm talking to Tony last week, and they're going to both be my guests on for Father's Day. And Tony, I was excited, to meet her, and I didn't really, I remembered her, but when she started talking about her dad, then I was like, wow, I was amazing. Tiki Burton. I was like, oh, your dad is Tiki Burton. Oh man, what a legend. He was a legend in Albany, right? And so she's gonna come on and she's gonna talk about her dad, and that's gonna be an awesome show too as well. And hey, I want to say thank you guys, man. I appreciate you. I think we got a couple of more videos.
Dad, first of all, I love you so much. Second of all, congratulations on your 1 year anniversary of the BluePrint. I think what you're doing is so special and beautiful that you are bringing all these people together, creating connections, inspiring so many people all across the country. And I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of it. So thank you for including me. You are amazing. You are an inspiration. Thank you for your constant support. I love you so much. Bye.
To my big brother Lowe's, happy anniversary, man, on the BluePrint. It started off great, and it's going even higher. I'm happy that I've been part of your guest list back in the early days of your first year anniversary, and I'll be more than happy to come on again if you ever need me. Again, happy anniversary, peace and blessings, and many, 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 many more. God bless, my brother.
What up? 1 year. 1 year you've been doing the podcast, right? So I wore this shirt. I'm sure you remember this shirt about almost everybody in Mount Vernon, and everybody in Emmanuel got this shirt. But you made that happen. You remember the time, Lowe's, you got me tickets to see the Michael Jackson show at the Garden, Madison Square Garden. You remember that? You made that happen, right? Come on, you remember that? And so you remember the time on your podcast? You hear that? Remember the time? Do you remember when we fell in love? We were young and innocent then. I forgot the words. Me, a Michael Jackson fan. You remember that? I was able to speak to John Branca, Michael Jackson's lawyer. I was like, yo, he had all this stuff all over the wall, all the people that he worked with, plaques and everything. And I'm just like, I'm really speaking to Michael Jackson's lawyer? Like, yo, I'm on this podcast. Lowe's, you made that happen, right? You can make anything happen. It's nothing but up from here. I want to say I love you. I love the podcast. It's enjoyable all the time. I get the opportunity to listen, and it's nothing but up from here. So many more great people like you are great is going to be on that podcast, talking to the greatest and speaking and getting inspiration. And I love the fact that it's just not one genre, but there's many genres of conversation that go on your podcast. So let's keep it going. All right. You can have me on, whatever you want to talk about. I think I'm well-versed in certain things, We could talk about Michael Jackson. And if we don't want to talk about Michael Jackson, we could talk about Michael Jackson. But I want to say thank you, man. Keep it going. Don't be discouraged. Your numbers, if they're low, that's all right. Listen, it's going to happen. You just need a couple of people that are dedicated to come in and make it what it is. And I want to celebrate you for 1 year and for many years to come. God bless you. I love you. And it's nothing but up from here.
I think during the pandemic, the Lord really birthed a lot of transformation in a lot of people. But I can truly and honestly say that, Elder Moore, this pivot that the Lord has given you to birth the BluePrint was definitely one that will definitely stand the test of time. I think that over the past year, you have allowed yourself to be that one to bring together these informative programs that will bless the lives of God's people. And so for that, we thank you. I thank you. just for being available and willing to put these informative and impactful programs together. Because whenever we listen to a program, we definitely leave with a wealth of knowledge. We definitely leave with something that we can take and share with others. And so while this year has presented many difficulties for many people, pretty much all of us have gone through something. I want to thank you for your consistency over the past year and for just how you've listened to the voice of God and use your gifts and talents to strengthen the community of people who are able to hear your message. And so I pray that the Blueprint is spread across the world, international even, and that everyone gets an opportunity to just sort of glean from your wisdom. And so as you embark upon this 1 year anniversary and move into many, many more, I just want to say that I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to be birthed out of this next. And I know that the best is yet to come for you, and God bless you and your family and this amazing journey.
Hey Lowe's,
Hey,
hey Lowe's,
Lowe's.
what's going on, man? Listen, this is Pastor D and Lady Mel just congratulating you on your 1 year anniversary of your podcast.
Congratulations.
And listen, may God continue to bless you in any and everything that you do. God bless you.
Yeah, I just got a text from Hill Harper, and he was like, "Man, I'm on my way from Seattle to Miami. Just wanted to say congratulations."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Wow. That's awesome.
So, Lowe's, when you see all these videos, what's going through your mind there?
Well, one of the things that I'm excited, man. I'm a little teary-eyed over here, and with all the people, saying congratulations, and I mean, you know what was so crazy? I was talking to somebody, right, and I said, one of these days, man, I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna do a show, and this is long before I thought about doing a podcast or anything. I said, I'm gonna have a show, and I just wanted to ask Michael Jordan and LeBron James about their faith. And so when I started the show, I started thinking like, man, that's going to be one of my questions, right? And I always respect whether a person has faith or not, right? And some of them, when I send out the preparation, it says right there in the preparation at least three main questions: the importance of family, the importance of education, and the importance of faith. Now, I've had one person. I've asked every single person about faith, and different people have a different interpretation of what faith is. But only one person has come back and said to me, "Oh, I don't do religion, or I don't do faith," and I respected that. That was fine, because what they had to share, right, was such a benefit. The show was just so amazing. And the thing I like about doing this, I would love, of course, we would love to monetize something. We want to monetize. I'd like somewhere down the line to monetize the podcast. But I was just thinking, telling my wife today, but I would want people to see it free. Like they're seeing it now. I want as many people to come on and see it, which means that somewhere down the line you're gonna have to get somebody who believes in the show and want to invest in it. Right, and so that you can continue to share this, people can share their stories free. They can hear it for free without having to say, here's $10 a month or $5 a month, whatever it is. Because so many people have so many great stories, and I just want people to hear and be able to share those stories. So this has just been awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's great, because our negotiations now because I have a nonprofit, 501, and we're working out with different sponsorships. I'm in the middle of writing some grants, and we also we presented to PBS a couple of months ago. So it's a show like yours, Lowe's, that touches the hearts of so many. And I think, what Rich gave you that insight back then, and you ran with it, and we're hoping that we all kind of work towards that, but we want to give your show and other shows like this for free the option of looking at it and making people see, what's really the heart of the matter, and family, faith, and education, and friends is what it's all about, and it's just a journey that's really just starting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm learning a little bit more. I'm in a program. I'm in a program at right here. Westchester County has a new program that just came out a few months ago during the course of the pandemic. It's called Launch 1000, and Westchester County, the county exec wants to launch 1,000 new businesses in the city in Westchester County. And they're like, I registered and joined, and it's free for all those who live in Westchester County. And I'm in phase 2 of maybe 7 to 8 phases of how to flesh out, your business and your idea, and how to research the idea, and I'm enjoying learning about this entrepreneurial spirit that's probably been in me for a long time.
Wow.
And you do a men's group, ministry group weekly too, and I mean
and your Zoom calls. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I do a lot of I'm doing a lot of stuff, man. The men's thing I've enjoyed. I've been doing it for 7 years on the national men's call, and I just finished with Harvest Time Church. They have life groups, and I just finished the 7 Spheres of Influence life group. We'll start back up in September. We're doing it every Tuesday, and I'm still doing the King Movement with Chris Broussard, and on Saturdays with the guys, trying to get out in the street and do and fight for literacy. The battle combating literacy and doing the literacy campaign. So that's important. That's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, because that was one of my obstacles, was reading and reading comprehension. So in order to become the person that I am, I had to learn how to read. I had to learn how to write. And I had to learn how to compete in school as well as on the court. So that's why I think my book and many other stories are so important. I think Steve's story is important. I think your story, Rich, is important. Right? Everybody has a story, and they need to share it.
Wow.
That's right. Lowe's, I got to ask you this question. What in the last year, what's been the most rewarding aspect of these podcasts, these shows, and the most challenging thing for you?
Give me that question one more time. I'm thinking about it.
What's been the most rewarding aspect of doing these shows for the last 52 weeks, and then the most challenging aspect of it as well?
Well, the most rewarding is when you see the comments each week, right? After a show is completed, and seeing those comments at the bottom, and seeing the comments after the show is over. You get a chance to really look at those comments, and I think the other important thing is you get views. Like tonight, I'll get views, and Charlie was just mentioning whether you get enough views or enough people watching. I think that if one person is watching, right, and so I think it was Michael Jordan who said, they asked him, why do you play so hard, every night? And why do you play every game? And he said, I play every night with this kind of passion, energy, and excitement every single night, because there may be one person who's in the crowd who's never seen me play. Wow. And I want to be my best for that person every night that I play, for that one person. So whether it's one person watching, or whether it's hundreds or thousands of people watching, You know, if you can be a blessing to one person, right? Hey, it's all been worth it. So that's been the exciting part. And to see when I look back during the course of the week and to see the views keep rising, like people looking at the show after the show has been completed for a week or 2 weeks, and you see it still growing. Yeah, and seeing that people are viewing the show, and that for me is exciting. Now the uh, the the challenge of it is, every week is the preparation. And Steve, and Rich, I mean, I don't just say, okay, let's do here comes the next guest.
Yeah.
It's the research part of it, the research of the guests, even though I may know them, right? But I still don't know them. So, going on Google or wherever I have to go, or Facebook, to find pictures. You got to find the pictures, right? And then I want to know more about him, because then I can better help the story, their story to come out.
Right.
I don't want to be the first time I've read something about them. So I want to know their bio. I want to know what they're doing. And that's the challenging part. That's challenging each and every week. And then coming up with a book, coming up with a book every week, and coming up with words, and coming up with affirmation.
Hey, Lowe's, quick question. Are you on Apple?
I am not on Apple.
Okay. We got to talk later. We can get you on Apple.
Yeah. My son was talking about, you need to be on Apple, you need to be on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I don't know how to do that, but okay.
We'll talk later, and I'll set you up.
Yeah. You see, my wife just popped in.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Miss Pat.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Everybody's got a chance to say their congratulations and thank you. So I wanted to take my opportunity to say publicly congratulations. First of all, I want to publicly thank Rich as well. I remember when Rich first came to the house and came downstairs, and Lowe's and he were in these private meetings, and they were constantly coming, and we were like, "What is going on? What's going on?" And Rich would say, "Oh, well, we need this, we need a Zoom, and we need this, and we need that." And so I would just say, I said, "Rich, just pick it out on Amazon. Just give me what we need." And it was during a time of transition for our lives, and it was important for me to make sure that that Lowe's vision took life. A lot of times, people have vision, and vision stays vision. Doesn't. And I always call. I would say that there are people that are visionaries. There are people that are auctionaries or dictionaries. They talk about it. Sometimes people see it, and then there's actionaries. There's people that put those things together. And I believe this was a combination of talking about it, seeing it, talking about it, and doing it. The scripture says, "Write the vision and make it plain, and they that read it, so that those who read it will run with it, and that it will come to fruition at an appointed time, for such a time as this." And so, though it might have been a dream that Moses had for years, this time was necessary. Isn't it important that it fell during the pandemic, a time then that
was needed?
Social media, that technology took a giant leap forward.
Yes.
In March of 2020, nobody knew about Zoom except for high corporate people that were doing international meetings. But by the time we got into May or June of 2020, Zoom became a common word. So did StreamYard and all these different types of connectivities. And so thank you, Rich, for bringing technology to life, putting us in people's living rooms and people's backyard decks and things like that. And then doing the same thing, as Rich transitioned to the next phase of his life. Steve, without any hesitation, stepped in. And so, I'm grateful to the two of you, but I really wanted to just also come on and just congratulate this great man for the work that he has done. I'm very proud of him.
Yes.
He takes this very seriously.
Yes. Yes. Right.
His studying, and sometimes I might give him a guest or two, and he'll just kind of look and go this way or that way with it. But I can honestly say that everybody that we brought to the table has really done a phenomenal job. And I put in my comments that what has made it special is pop-up guests too.
Yeah, that was
Have been
Steve's idea.
Really, pop-up guests
Wow.
have been great.
Great, Steve.
It actually makes it all come to life. And so I just wanted to say thank you. And for whatever we have to continue to do to keep it going, it's the next level. And I put in my my comments when the videos. There were 3 videos that we didn't get to Charlie in time. One of them was from my sister and her husband, niece and nephew, and also from Apostle Paul Shaw. Had all set videos, but I will put it on the BluePrint Facebook page, the full video. And I just wanted to say that at the end of it, it says we are now shooting for 2.
Wow.
Year 2.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's been good. I just got a text from Leon. He was on the show, and he wasn't able to pop on all week long. He was talking about, man, I'm gonna pop on, man, I'm gonna pop on, and he wasn't able to pop on. But he said congratulations, and man, this has been a good night, you know.
It's been a great night.
Yeah. This has been awesome, man. And I say to everybody, I was on. My daughter every year she has a career day, and we were on Zoom for career day, and I had elementary school. I was up there about 15, 20 minutes. Elementary school, and talking about my career. I say careers. I talked about basketball, being an executive director, and now being the host of the BluePrint podcast. And I told the kids, find something you love to do, and you will never work a day in your life. And I love basketball, right? And I love being the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club. And I love communicating with people, right? I love building relationships, and I love communicating with people, and the podcast fell right in there. It's something I love to do. I didn't know if I would. In your next chapter, you're trying to find something you love to do. And man, it's so crazy that you would find something so quick.
Wow.
And I was thinking about speaking. I like to talk to people. I like to speak to people and share my experiences. And that's my love for sharing and communicating. Right. And I want to say thank you to both of you guys, because seeing the comments, seeing people communicate back, and then Steve came up with the idea doing, I think, one of our shows about the pop-up guests.
Wow.
I just kept it in there.
Yeah.
Trying to find people who would pop on and had questions. And actually, the career day, and one of my daughter's staff members who've been talking for years, ever since she was a teacher. I love Denzel Washington. I love Denzel Washington. When are you going to bring Denzel Washington to the school? When am I going to meet Denzel Washington? Your dad knows Denzel Washington. And when we had the show and we had Denzel on, she was able to pop on. And she commented, she said, I was over there at his show with Denzel. That's right, right in the midst of the career day on Friday. So, yeah, I mean, those are inspiration.
Yeah, Lowe's, I have to say that, when you had Denzel Washington on and you called me and you offered a little cameo spot on there, it meant so much to me, and the trust that you had in me to be a part of that special show. Every show is special, but then I wanted to get other people involved with it, and you allowed that platform as well for not just me, but for other people to be direct contact with yourself and Denzel Washington. That was inspiring to those people on that show, and I think that's who you are. You're an advocate, and you empower people through and through. And this show needs to continue in a big way. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'll never forget you for that gift and everything that you bring to so many people. But all the guests you've had, it's a blessing week after week.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Lowe's, do you have a preview for year 2? Do you have like what's next and what's coming and what are you gonna do? Did you get that yet?
Yeah, I've been thinking about a couple of things, man, and you know, it's gonna be some surprises, you know. So, hey, you know, it's interesting to have a show to do the show in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
That was exciting for me. You know, family was there, and then my little cousin Chris got to pop on.
Okay.
And then we went to Fayetteville, and we had you know, the show in Fayetteville. My brother's man cave upstairs, and you know, doing the show from there. And then I think I had 2 exciting. You know, Denzel was all the guests were great. My most inspirational to me was Zion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, his whole situation just inspired me even more. And I think, man, if he can't encourage you, nobody can.
Nobody can.
Right. And then on, I think last week, I had Dean Bowman on. That was awesome too, because Dean was in Romania.
Wow.
Right? And he had just finished the Romania Idol, right? And he made it to the Romania Got Talent, and he made it to the finals.
Wow.
And he was in Romania, which was 7 hours ahead.
Wow.
So it was 2:00 in the morning where he was. And that show was just really exciting. Then have friends pop on and they start singing, you know. And I told them we're gonna do it again and we're gonna do a sing along. I'm not gonna sing.
But you gotta sing, Lowe's. You gotta sing.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna sing, but
stick to basketball. Stick to basketball.
Yeah.
But Lowe's, August 1st, you're getting inducted to the New York State Basketball Hall of Fame,
Yes.
which
Yes,
happens to be
yes.
on a Sunday. So you got to do your show from there.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome.
New York State Basketball Hall of Fame, August the 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be in Troy, New York. And he said I was the headliner. He could have said that to everybody, though. But
nah, you're the headliner.
Yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy that. And then next week, you know, I have one of the youngest county legislators, you know, Tyree Woodson Samuel. He's going to be on next week. We're going to talk about him. He was a Boys and Girls Club member back in the day. And then we have the Father's Day special with Reggie Tuttle and Tony. And then we're going to do a special on the 27th with Bobby Huggins, with the West Virginia basketball coach, my teammate. And we're going to do a special tribute to one of our teammates who passed away from ALS a few years ago. His niece is getting married on July the 3rd, and his sister, which we were good friends, like sisters, sister and brother, she asked if we could do something special. So we're going to do something for them because she's getting married and her Uncle Joe won't be able to be there. You know, and then we're going to, I don't know what's going to happen 4th of July. Maybe we do 4th of July, the family reunion, we'll be outside cooking out and stuff like that and have a good time. You hear some music. And then we're going to have Milton Band. And then we're going to have Steve on. Steve is going to be on.
Yeah.
We're going to talk really deeply about the chapter's rap.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by then, man, we're going to somewhere down there. We're going to get Rich back on, man. We're going to maybe we go in the bus.
I want to catch a ride on that bus there. That looks impressive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks great. That's right. And Lowe's, we got to get you to do this backyard thing one day too. Oh, there's the bus. There we go. Wow, we could take the bus to Lowe's house.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like the studio in the back, and we just run everything and go where we gotta go.
You just pick me up. I'll be on the turnpike somewhere. You just pick me up.
I got you, Steve. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Hey, I can't do anything outside because they knocking the bridge down the street. There's all the bridge is on the ground, and they keep banging.
Oh, they knocked the bridge out?
Yeah, they knocked the bridge out.
Wow.
But again, thank you guys, man. I appreciate you, man, for all that you've done in this year, man. Man, God bless you, man. Love you guys, man.
Love you both,
love you too,
man.
Lord.
God bless. Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary, brother. You got this.
To all those who supported this whole 52 weeks, I want to say thank you. God bless you. And I love you all. And have a wonderful week.
You too, brother. Thank you. Love you, brother. Thank you.
We really hope you enjoyed this episode of Lowe's More, the BluePrint podcast. Stay connected and follow us at our website, www.lowesmore.com. That's LOWESMOORE.com. You can also join the discussion on Twitter at Lowe's More and on Facebook at Lowe's More Jr. As always, thank you for pushing your mindset towards a better reality. This concludes the most thought-provoking portion of your day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast to stay fully up to date with everything we're up to. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.
What they teaching is a joke. I ain't buying it like I'm broke. Insufficient funds for insignificant.